Hello everyone and welcome back. I am utterly obsessed with Infinity Nikki right now. I cannot put it down. I think there might be something wrong with me, but there is a lot to learn in this game. So today I'm going to share with you over 50 tips and tricks that will help you out, hopefully, and also some bits of knowledge which I think maybe weren't so obvious from just playing the game too. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like and also subscribe, but let's get to this video. The world in this game can be very overwhelming as a beginner, and one tool that can help you find your bearings is your map. The map is really detailed in this game and it shows a lot of different things, but just be mindful that the closer you zoom in, the more things will appear, and if you zoom out a bit, some of those details will get lost. The map can also help you if you are looking for a particular resource or critter, as you can track them by clicking the book with a little sprout icon in the bottom right hand corner. Once you've tracked something, a gold circle will appear on your map so you know what area to head to. If you are collecting whim stars and Dews of Inspiration, also be sure to check your map, particularly if you're in an area such as a cave, as it will tell you how many can be obtained in that area of the map and also how many you have collected so far, so it's useful to know whether you should continue looking or not. Your map also shows you how much vital energy you have, so you don't need to go to the realms to check them. If you don't know what vital energy is, this can be spent at the realms, which are accessed through warp spires. Warp spires are also very important as these allow for fast travel throughout the map at no cost. So if you see one whilst you're out exploring, be sure to activate it, and then these will also appear on your map afterwards, and that's where you can teleport from. You are also able to mark areas of interest on your map. There is a really detailed marker system which allows you to mark different things using icons, and you can even write what the marker is for. This is really useful if you want to go back to an area later, or there's a particular thing that spawns in that area and you just want a reminder for yourself. When you are out exploring in the world, avoid entering deep water as there is no swimming in the game, and entering water that is too deep will cause you to lose a heart. When you unlock Stoneville and the abandoned district, you will also want to keep your eyes peeled for thorns, as if you hit one of these, you will lose a heart. There is no fall damage in the game, and to collect certain things you may need to get some height. There are certain items that you can jump on to get a higher vantage point, such as these leaves, or plants that will propel you up if you're using your floating ability outfit. You can also take the Sky Monarch bird for a ride and drop down onto things such as whim stars. The Sky Monarch flies in a particular pattern, and they can be found throughout the map. If you want a faster way to get around the world, then you can hire a bike from the Whimcycle rental spot for 200 blings. If you ever lose your bike, it will show up on the map so you can easily track it, or if you leave your bike at a teleporter, you can easily access it. But if you do lose your Whimcycle, you can just rent another one and this will replace your previous bike. Dotted around the map are lots of chests, and if you see one, make sure you open it, as you will find a variety of rewards, including sketches for outfits and diamonds. You will also find purple orbs with gold stars scattered throughout the world. Make sure you collect these, as when you meet Kilo the Cadence Born, you will be able to trade them for rewards, including outfits. You will also find books laying around that you can interact with. If you see one, be sure to investigate it, as this will give you a nice lore snapshot. And also there is a course, which is a form of accomplishment for this. Blings is a form of currency and it can be found throughout the world, and each bling you collect will award you 100 blings. Sometimes if you see blings, it may be worth following the whole trail, as sometimes it can take you to something good. If you see an NPC with a t-shirt or a bag icon above their heads, this means that they will sell you outfit items or resources, so be sure to check what they have for sale. If you ever get stuck in the game, you can go into your settings, go to the Features tab, and then click Apply on the button which reads Recover Stuck Character option, and this looks like it takes you back to the nearest warp spire. But generally, a key thing to remember when you're exploring is to look up, as things can be hidden at height too. Blings and some animals are often found on rooftops, and getting a vantage point from somewhere higher can also help you see things that are maybe in the distance or aren't too obvious from the ground. When it comes to gathering resources, there is no limit on your inventory, so when it comes to resource gathering, my biggest tip is to gather everything you come across in the world. This also applies to bugs too, as it will come in handy for crafting later in the game, and you will also obtain insight, which is needed for upgrading your Heart of Infinity skill tree. Some items such as bling and enemies will respawn daily, so be sure to take the time to go ahead and farm these, and once you get to know where they spawn, you can kind of do a loop around. Purifying leaf piles will also reveal some hidden resources such as fruit, and sometimes you may even find chests in them, so it's definitely worthwhile just using that skill on them. You can also jump down on these crates which are scattered throughout the world. They will reveal resources, or some of the moving crates actually contain bugs, so be sure to have your bug catching ability enabled, as they will despawn after a while. Some forageables and critters are sensitive to world conditions. For example, sunny orchids only grow when it's sunny, and rainy ones will only spawn when it's raining, so it's worth making a mental note when you collect something. Foraging for resources can take a while as there are many items, but you can actually pick things up whilst on your whim cycle, so you can make gathering resources that little bit faster. As you progress in the game, you will also unlock the dig pair pal feature, which is kind of like an idle resource collector. Make sure you don't waste this, as it will kind of elapse after a certain amount of time depending on what you've chosen, and I would definitely recommend using it to find harder to find resources or things that you don't have so much of. Most resources are easy to find in the world. Some are obvious and more common than others. However, there are two kinds of resources that I found a little harder to find. The first was bedrock crystals. If you're scratching your head as to where to find these, you'll need to head to the Wart Spire and visit the Realm of Dark. The Realm of the Dark unlocks after Chapter 2, and it is worth noting which trial you are going into, as each of them do drop different types of bedrock crystals. The second type of resource, which I feel wasn't so obvious, was essence. In order to get essence, you must upgrade your ability outfits in the Heart of Infinity skill tree, and once you have reached a relevant level, you will find that when you are gathering resources, fishing, or bug catching, you will start beginning to collect the essences of that particular thing as well. To upgrade at the Heart of Infinity, you will need the ability Insight, which you can trade for in the Realm of Nourishment should you need a little bit of a helping hand. You will also find that certain collectibles will only spawn at certain times of the day, and certain quests will require you to be at a certain place at a certain time. You can actually change the time in the game, which is a huge quality of life feature. To do this, you need to go into your pair pal and click on the Run Pair Pal icon. Here you will see a clock, and you can adjust it to suit your time required, and then you just get to play the fun minigame, and then ta-da, you will be at your desired time. Infinity Nikki has so many different types of animals in it, and one of the ability outfits that you do get very early on is the animal grooming outfit. Once you have found an animal and groomed it, there will be a cooldown of 24 hours before you can pet them again and obtain those resources. You will know if an animal has been petted, as most of them do display some sort of flowers around it or some sort of kind of emote just to show that it has already been groomed. Some animals and bugs are a little bit skittish, so to capture them you'll need to get into the ability outfit and hold down the relevant button. On PC it will be right click to slowly approach, and then you'll be able to capture the bug or pet the animal. Alternatively, if you are super speedy, you can also catch them before they run off, but I think this one is a little bit more difficult to master. I found that swans were very rare, and I did have an outfit that required their materials, but they can be found at this location, which is kind of a beautiful spot that you need to visit anyway. There is a male and female swan, and they both drop different resources. You can only groom them when they were out of the water and by sneaking up on them. In contrast to the cute animals, there are some not so cute enemies in the game, which does mean that there is a little bit of combat. The combat is pretty straightforward. You can either use your purifying ability to kill enemies with your purifying orbs, which you shoot out, or the jump attack, which will kill enemies when Nikki hits the ground. There isn't too many tips I can really provide on this. However, I have found that you need to keep moving to avoid being hit, particularly when fighting big groups, as some of them can shoot things at you which will hurt you if they do hit you. Sometimes it was useful to use the dash button, which on PC is the shift button, and you can quickly get out of the way of things. Also, using the jump attack will help kill multiple enemies at once if they are within the target hit area where Nikki jumps down. When using the purifying orbs, your target enemy will outline in white, so you know if you're going to make a hit or not, which is kind of useful. If you do succumb to an enemy's attack or you lose all 5 hearts, you will faint and you will be transported back to the nearest warp spire. You will not lose any resources for respawning and you will have your health replenished, which is good. If you do not lose all of your hearts, don't worry, as over time your hearts will regenerate. However, if you do need some health quickly, you can use potions that you can find in your backpack. Whim stars are another important thing to collect when you are exploring, and you will require them to upgrade your Heart of Infinity skill tree. So if you see one, I highly recommend that you pick it up so you don't have to come back for it later. There are lots of different challenges for getting whim stars, but if you come across a whim star with wings, this means it will move and follow a particular track and you'll be required to chase it to get hold of it. If you are struggling with this one, try and figure out the path it is taking and get ahead of it, and you will find that you'll be able to get hold of it a little bit easier. If you see a glowing animal or fish, this means that you'll be awarded the whim star by either grooming them or catching the critter. Momo gives you alerts when a whim star is near, but if you cannot see it, track the whim star by pressing the V button on your keyboard or the assigned keybind, and it will make it that little bit easier to find it, as the whole world will go grey and then just the whim star will illuminate. You can also buy 5 whim stars in total from Stray Hattie near the Stylist Guild building in Flora Wish. They will get increasingly more expensive over time, but for completing this you will receive rewards from the course achievements. So that is a lot of exploration tips. Let's get to the styling and outfits. If you have seen the beautiful dress out front of the clothing store in Flora Wish, you might be wondering how you get your hands on it. Well, you can actually obtain this dress if you buy all of the items that are available in the shop. Once you have done that, the dress will then be added to the items you can purchase, but warning, it does not come cheap. As you progress, you will get lots of different ability outfits, and it can be a little time consuming if you're playing on keyboard to press tab and then select the one that you need. Well, if you actually remember the number slot where your desired outfit is, you can simply press that number on your keyboard and it will automatically switch it for you, which is great if you're kind of foraging and bug catching at the same time. When crafting outfits, if there is a picture of a top and a tick in the top left hand corner, this means that you have the required items to craft it. When styling a new outfit, you may want a blank canvas, and to quickly remove all of the items you're wearing, you can click the duster icon on the left hand side of your wardrobe. This comes in handy for style challenges because sometimes the filters will still show what clothes you're wearing even though they aren't the best option for the theme. When in outfit style battles, focus on the score of your outfit rather than the aesthetics, as that is what will count towards your rating. You may get some really ugly outfits, but it's worth it. If you want to narrow down to only show the relevant filter, you can click the button in the bottom right hand corner, which looks similar to a Y or a funnel, and this just speeds up the whole process of finding the best rated items. Remember to glow up your outfits to get higher scores in your style battles. You can do this via the pair pal and go to the glow up section. When you have fully upgraded an outfit to level 10, you will unlock the ability to be able to recycle extra clothes you have, and this will be done by speaking to Yolobo, who is located behind the Great Wish Tree Square, and you can trade them for materials. Eureka's can also be upgraded, and I highly recommend you do this. This will also help towards your overall score, so do not forget to upgrade them. You can find this in your pair pal as well. When it comes to upgrading things, do not focus on one particular theme or tag. It does really clearly show you in this interface what the particular tag is for the item or outfit, so be sure to spread those upgrade points and upgrade resources across different themes so that you have a fair spread, and that should make it a little bit easier when it comes to the style battles. You are also able to evolve outfits which will change their appearance. Evolving outfits can be done under the evolution section of your pair pal and will cost blings, threads of purity and calm thoughts. To evolve some outfits, you will be required to duplicate the outfit you already have, either by crafting them or pulling them again. Diamonds are a very important resource in Infinity Nikki, as you can trade them to obtain crystals to do pulls for free. I have a more detailed video on how you can obtain diamonds, but here is a quick overview of some of the best ways to get your hands on them. Firstly, you can use the electrician outfit to repair the lampposts in Flora Wish. This will grant you diamonds, and quite a lot as well. Maxing out your daily wish rewards will grant you 90 diamonds per day. Finding chests will also grant you diamonds, but there will be a varying amount depending on the type of chest you find. Activating warp spires will grant you 20 diamonds for every new warp spire you unlock. Some quests and side quests will grant you diamonds, so be sure to check them. Completing style battles and also competing in the Mirror Crown challenges will provide you with lots of diamonds. The Mirror Crown unlocks when you reach level 25 and there is a short quest to kind of activate it. Completing minigames and challenges also has the chance to reward you with diamonds if you reach a certain score, and just generally progressing will help you earn diamonds as you level up your mirror level and complete things such as course accomplishments. There is obviously a gacha system in Infinity Nikki, and there are a few things you should know about it. If the crystals have a timer next to them, they will not carry over to the next time limited banner, so you should use them before that one expires. The regular ones will carry over. Avoid trading your diamonds for permanent resonite crystals, as these banners will obviously be around for a long time. Instead, trade them for the revelation crystals, which will allow you to pull from the time limited only banners. If you are unlucky enough to get a duplicate item, you will receive surging ebb and tranquility droplets. You can go to the store page to spend these, and you can trade them for crystals and also other resources. When pulling, if you have sufficient diamonds in your inventory, you actually do not need to go to the store page and trade them. The game will do the trading for you if you just hit the resonate button. For every 10 resonance pulls you do, either on the limited banners or on the permanent banners, you are guaranteed a 4-star or higher item piece. Now, there was a little bit of a rumor circulating that you had to do this at 10 pulls at a time. However, I don't think that's correct. I think you can just do them singly, and then eventually when you hit that 10th one, you should get that guaranteed 4-star or higher item. The camera in this game is amazing, but there are a few things that weren't immediately obvious to me as well. Firstly, you can upgrade your camera by pressing the U button on your keyboard or the relevant keybind, which is attached to the screwdriver and the wrench icon in the top right corner. To upgrade your camera, you will need to use upgrade packs, and this will unlock you more poses, different filters, and also different lighting options. When in camera mode, if you press C, this will bring you up a collection options, and this is where you will receive rewards for taking pictures at certain icons. When you reach a particular landmark, you'll receive a notification in the left hand side, and when you have captured the landmark in your shot, the box will go gold. After you've taken the photo, you must click the upload button for this to count towards your collection. So long I was confused as to why it wasn't uploading, but there you go, that's how you do it. Doing this collection will also earn you the upgrade packs, which you need to upgrade your camera. And finally, if you want more tips and tricks on what you should be doing every day in the game, I will link my daily task video below, and hopefully that will help guide you on how you should be spending your time daily in the game. So there we have it. There are lots and tips and tricks. I'm sure there is a lot more that I haven't even managed to get into this video, but it could be like an hour long. There is a lot to learn in this game. I hope you're enjoying it, and let me know if there's anything else you would like some help with in the comments, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.